A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Dahnans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria. You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Dahnans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Dahnans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how...
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different, though. I bet my old man would have been blown away.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria. I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like, I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize.
Us, too?
Well, I was blind to everything except...
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide?
But that's not what I mean.
I know.
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. But it's not just her. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And yet, Cyslodius Danans backstab each other like... But then there are people like Law and Shionne.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria.
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well... I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shionne mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shionne's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think.
This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually managed to put a stop to the crown contest.
You first.
Well, I want to... It's insane. For all...
Yeah, I think that would be good.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked, but I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things, too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shionne.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shionne?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. I never could have made it this far on my own.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
You don't look so good. You all right?
The floor.
I'm not the best
I still, as a lord, my
Yeah.
You mean Deadeye?
The whole reason I started fighting back. But then I met Shionne and the people of Menancia. It's even messier now that we have...
It used to be that the Dahnans were the ones in the right.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the
That said, you may be able to free the Dahnan people. I think maybe that's why I clung to...
Even if his motivations weren't...
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deep. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, I saw it in Deadeye's eyes.
To hear Bayfont tell it, Deadeye...
But as time went on, and he and the... I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans...
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth...
You have your promise to Miguel, though.
I know. My brother. And then...
Who, me?
You and...
I'm not sure.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other
I don't know that I'd say spectacular.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter...
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting...
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint.
What can you tell me?
Not as much as you'd probably wish.
Ah, right.
It's safe to assume they know everything. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the...
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed.
So then why would Almeidrea do...
We must remember that time is running out in the Crown Con. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger... No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollow...
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena...
Of course. In that respect, at least. I'm really not that surprised.
It's reassuring to hear you...
I worry that the only reason I never did anything simple...
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past...
You think too highly of me.
If that's so, would you have been... Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to...
A curious choice of words. Did what you see...
What Deadheim did to that city, anyone who refused to follow him was an end...
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Dahnan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidrea. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might...
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannon.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almeidrea.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag Saar. So big.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been...
We don't know that she was only getting...
You think it's possible that...
But what do you think Almadria
She'll be filling her coffers with gold.
I wouldn't put it past...
She's strong, yet shrewd.
She's not the first, and she won't be.
Sounds like you've made up your mind.
There was never anything to decide.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time. That mask of yours. It was shattered by a blow from Balsev.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder.
Balsev's brute strength was in a league all its own.
Shion said the same thing.
You recalled your name when the mask broke.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, then again, the idea of not doing something
Only he who first faces the night.
Come again?
It's...
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
a comfortable win.
Got it!
Could have been worse.
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
With this, I can become even stronger.
I'm practically unstoppable.
Everyone hanging in there?
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from. This is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
that shiny fold.
Well then, let's keep moving. I know fine weapon material when I see it. Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion. These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zeugles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
I'm practically unstoppable.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
What is that huge...
Indubitably.
And...
We might well sink the ship. Who knows?
Almeidria sure has been busy.
This isn't Almeidria.
You mean she didn't...
The body, yes. However,
A starship? As in one of those vessels you...
correct. The technology in Almeidria may be resourceful, but she could never...
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us?
Don't worry about that for now.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Didn't we find a recipe?
Yeah, we can use this for it.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
That... Equipment should come in handy.
I'm practically unstoppable.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
I can feel my power growing!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
That'll teach us for getting cocky. She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll.
I doubt it. The connive...
Agreed. In any... The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here.
Well then, let's keep moving. Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion. Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
If Almeidria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Dahnan mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for...